Good morning. I am Bailey Shifley, and next to me is my good friend, Neil Rambin. We are both members of the Pastor Nominating Committee, aka the PNC. For those who are new or visiting today, the PNC has been charged with nominating of our next senior pastor for Highland Park Presbyterian Church. When the PNC first met last May, we were advised to take our time in order for us to be in a position to nominate a new senior pastor. Like many of you, we wondered why this process would take time. Neil and I are here today to give you a progress update and to address the timing question. It may seem as if this process is taking a long time. However, as we look back, we can clearly see where God's hand has been in place. We're able to see the beauty of the timing of each phase that we have completed, bringing us to where we are today. The Spirit continues to move us corporately to the point that we are eagerly awaiting and expectantly looking forward to the arrival of our next senior pastor.
Thank you, Bailey. From a progress standpoint, let me just say that if you were here at the right after Thanksgiving, end of November, you heard the report from Charlie and Kelsey indicating that we were now entering, as of that time, the third of our 5 phases. We call it the Explore phase. The Explore phase has particularly 2 parts to it. One is conducting due diligence, meaning we have been conducting due diligence regarding the individuals that have been recommended to us by others in the Presbyterian world with whom we have networked, as well as individuals who have applied for the position through the job portal on the ECO website. We've been reviewing sermons, looking at websites, and those kinds of things. In addition, the second part of the Explore phase is to actually interact with and engage with individual selected potential candidates that we have identified through our due diligence process. We are pleased to share with you this morning that we are actively engaged in both the due diligence and in the interactions with potential candidates. And we can tell you that that process of that interaction is very exciting to us and encouraging to us. Secondly, from a timing standpoint, we have discerned or understood progressively as we have been in this process that the process of nominating a new pastor is different from simply filling a job position. Rather, we have been charged with the responsibility to discern as a group, corporately as a group, who God has called to be the new pastor for Highland Park Presbyterian Church. Similarly, those potential candidates with whom we are communicating must go through their own discernment process as to whether or not they have been called to be the next senior pastor. That discernment process, understandably, both on our side and potential candidates, involves a great deal of meaningful prayer. And as many of y'all have experienced like us, sometimes when we are praying for discernment or direction from the Lord, it takes longer than we had necessarily wanted, or at least we don't hear when we wanted to hear. So this is a process by which both sides are discerning, but we trust in the Lord's timing on when we are given the discernment, when the possible new pastor is given the discernment, and the Lord's timing on when it's time for this congregation to transition to a new pastor.
In the meantime, please know that it is a tremendous privilege for us to pray with and otherwise engage with the potential candidates. Many of them have been an inspiration to us already. Please know that the Highland Park Presbyterian Church and the Dunnigan family are deeply loved by churches across our country. We are both humbled and excited about where we are in this process. We are praying for the Spirit to work in each of our hearts and in the hearts of prospective candidates. We're really excited about the slate we have in front of us, and we truly appreciate your continued prayers.